The polar bears, silent, thank you. The sea was quiet after a long day of fishing, the waves rolling gently against the wooden hull of the boat. The fishermen were tired, their nets heavy with the day's catch, when a sound shattered the desperate splash, followed by a deep roar that echoed across the water from the shadows of the icy waves. A massive white shape emerged, a polar bear, thrashing, his breath ragged. Behind him, black fins cut the water like knives killer whales in relentless pursuit. The men froze, horror on their faces. The bear clawed at the side of their boat, his eyes wild, pleading. No, 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 don't let him up. One of the fishermen shouted, shoving at the bear with an oar. He'll kill us, but the bear didn't lash out. He only tried again, his huge paws gripping the wet wood, his chest heaving. The boat rocked dangerously as the men tried to push him back. But finally, with a final burst of strength, the polar bear hauled his massive body over the edge and collapsed onto the deck. The fishermen scattered to the far corners of the boat, their hearts pounding. The bear lay on the floorboards, soaked and trembling, water pooling around his fur. He didn't move, didn't growl, didn't even look at them. He just breathed shallow and heavy, as though every last ounce of strength had been spent reaching this fragile safety. Minutes passed. Fear held the men still. Then, one fisherman, an older man named Ivor, whose hands had weathered decades of storms, stepped forward. His voice shook, but it was steady enough. He's not here to hurt us. He just wants to live. Slowly, Ivor removed his thick wool blanket and approached. The bear lifted his head, his dark eyes meeting the man's. In them, there was no rage, no hunger, only exhaustion, and something almost human, trust. Ivor knelt, laying the blanket over the great beast's shoulders. The bear did not flinch. He only sighed, lowering his head back down, eyes drifting shut, as if finally, for the first time. A cold rest. The fishermen watched in silence, their fear softening into awe. Here was a creature of immense power, yet he showed them only peace. As the night deepened, the boat drifted quietly, and in that small space man and beast shared the same fragile truth. Survival, kindness, and the strange bond born when enemies choose to trust. When dawn came, the bear stirred, rose slowly, the blanket slipping from his back. He turned toward the fishermen, his gaze lingering on each of them as though memorizing their faces. Then, without a sound, he stepped to the edge of the boat and leaped back into the sea. The men rushed to the side, watching as he swam strong again, his great body cutting through the silver water. Eposedonce turning his head back toward them. For a moment their eyes met across the expanse of sea, and it felt like a silent thank you, carried on the cold morning air. Then he was gone, vanishing into the horizon. None of the fishermen spoke for a long while. Finally, Ivor whispered, almost to himself, sometimes, even the fiercest need mercy. And though the sea carried them onward, each man felt they had left that night with more than just fish. They carried with them a memory of fear turned into trust, of danger turned into tenderness, and of a fleeting, miraculous friendship between human and beast that would live in their hearts forever.